Welcome to Mind Genie Quizzes. Like, share and subscribe to Mind Genie Quizzes on YouTube. Learn English. Grammar quiz. Verbs. What are verbs? Verbs are the action-packed heroes of the English language. They are words that tell us about actions, states, or occurrences. Verbs help us express what we do, how we feel, and what happens around us. Where can verbs be used? Verbs are essential in daily conversations to express actions like I read books, to express states like I am hungry. Verbs are essential in writing, in storytelling. For example, the rabbit was jumping in the field. Verbs are also essential in giving instructions. Example, first mix the ingredients. Essential in asking questions. Example, did you finish your homework? Giving commands. Example, close the door. Or express emotions and ideas. Example, I love ice cream. Types of verbs. Type 1 verbs are action verbs. Action verbs are used to describe what something or someone is doing. They are commonly used in daily conversations and narrative writing. These describe physical or mental actions. Physical actions like jump, walk, dance. Mental actions like think, notice, imagine. Refer to the list of physical and emotional action verbs. Read the sentences with action verbs. Type 2 verbs are linking verbs. Linking verbs are used in descriptive writing or to express emotions. They connect the subject to a description or state to give more information on the subject. Common linking verbs can be is, are, was, were, seem, or become. Refer to the list of linking verbs with examples. Read the sentences with linking verbs. Type 3 verbs are auxiliary verbs. Main auxiliary verbs or helping verbs can be, have, will, do, and modal verbs can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, would. Helping verbs support the main verb to form tenses, modes, or voices and are used alongside main verbs to form different tenses, making them crucial in storytelling and instructions. Common helping verbs can be is, am, has, do, or will. Refer to the examples of helping verbs. Read the sentences with helping verbs. Modal verbs. These express possibilities, permissions, or obligations and are commonly used in formal writing, rules, or suggestions. These express ability, possibility, permission, or necessity. Common modals can be can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would. Read the sentences with modal verbs. Read the sentences with semi-modal verbs. Need to, used to, ought to, dare to. Quiz time. Part 1. Identify the verb. Which word is the verb in the sentences? Part 2. Match the verb type. Part 3. Story time. The adventurous day at Pinewood Park. It was a bright and sunny morning when Julie decided to visit Pinewood Park with her dog Max. She packed her bag with sandwiches, a bottle of juice, and a frisbee. "Let's have an adventure today," she exclaimed. Max wagged his tail in excitement, as if he had understood every word. Upon reaching the park, Julie noticed children playing in the sandpit and a few adults jogging along the track. Birds chirped merrily in the trees, and the gentle breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers. Julie found a perfect spot under a tall oak tree and laid down her picnic blanket. "Catch this, Max!" Julie shouted as she threw the frisbee high into the air. Max leaped up, catching it skillfully before it hit the ground. They played for a while until Max began panting. "You deserve a break," Julie said, pouring water into a small bowl for him. As Julie relaxed under the tree, she heard a faint meowing sound. She followed the noise and discovered a tiny kitten stuck in a bush. Carefully, she reached out and rescued the frightened animal. "Don't worry, little one. You're safe now," Julie whispered, gently stroking its fur. She decided to take the kitten to the nearby animal shelter after their picnic. When she returned to her blanket, she noticed that Max was now digging near the base of the tree. Curious, Julie went to see what he had found. To her amazement, Max had unearthed an old rusty tin box. "What's in there, boy?" she asked. Inside the box, she found old coins and a diary that seemed to belong to someone from decades ago. Intrigued, Julie read a few pages of the diary. It told the story of a young boy who loved visiting Pinewood Park and dreamed of becoming a writer. "This is a piece of history," Julie exclaimed. She decided to donate the items to the local museum. As the sun began to set, Julie packed her things, including the kitten and the tin box. What a day it has been, she thought as she walked home with Max by her side. Her heart was full and she knew that this was a day she would never forget. Quiz 1. Identify the verbs in the sentences from the story. Quiz 2. Questions about the story.